Okay, so we'll just talk through a little bit. 725, episode 3, Moist and Meaty. This is the Moist and Meaty show with me, Meaty, and Christian is Moist.
Howdy.
Our first segment, we have some commentary. Our main topic, the NFL situation, then a follow-up with our last segment today, something called Show and Tell. Before we get started, I would like to start by giving the show a proper intro. So first I'll explain what the show is not. The show is not 100% informative or even 100% for entertainment. What it is a little bit of both. Another thing, is completely regulated and 100% organized. As we don't want to completely ramble on throughout, we definitely want to leave some banter here and there, and have an improvised feeling to it. Finally, what the show is not is censored. I can't stress this enough. Like I said before, there are going to be times where things are said and every vulgar word is thrown out. I've mentioned it before. There's some Howard Stern sort of stuff coming. So, with all of that said, I would like to say a big thank you to our friends and viewers, as we've gotten nothing but great feedback, so thank you. So, enough said, let's get the show going. Christian, what do we have today?
Today we've got a commentary for a video Andrew and I did over a game called Broforce. It can be found on Andrew's channel. There will be a link in the description.
If you don't know what Broforce is, it's a retro-like Rampage arcade style game where you pose as some of the most badass characters from your classic action movies. It's excessive and loud, and very patriotic. So let's get started.
That's super cool, by the way.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I put the intro as the eagle in every video. We got messing around on the helicopter here. If you're wondering, this will be on my channel, on my main channel. I'll have a link for the video if you want to watch it. I guess the one thing we could start out is like why I've started the YouTube. We could talk about the podcast, Moist and Meaty. It's like super simple too. I asked Christian, I said, "Hey man, you want to do a podcast?" He said, "Hell yeah, I do." That's it. That's it. That's all.
Exactly how it went.
Like it's just been on my bucket list for a little while now. And I was like, Christian was up for it. He's like 100% through and through. We got the excessive yelling going. Always.
I wanted to star in a porno first, but that didn't seem to be an option at my age.
Hey dude. You still have opportunities.
Yeah, no, I know. They don't allow wiener like this to go out of porno, right?
You just called Eleanor Brie a hoe.
I forgot about that.
I'd say she's a bro material.
No. No woman is a bro material. Yeah,
I don't think...
I'm saying it.
I think the only maybe girl viewer right now is your girlfriend. Does she watch this?
Yeah, she does.
Well, what's her name?
She watches the podcast. Amalia.
What is it?
Amalia.
Okay, well thank you Amalia for watching our terrific podcast.
Dude, she's pretty cool.
Special shout out. I'm humping your body right here. I did some cool ass flip. Now I'm up there.
I'm used to you humping my body, Dave.
Whoa! Damn. We're not gay, just so you know. We were just talking about this man's girlfriend.
That's debatable in the end.
Oh, I got Raiden. I love that they have Raiden in this game. Yeah, you didn't. What was up with that?
I wish I would have been. It's racist. The game knows I'm mixed, and it's like, fuck that. Nope.
Dude, I just got shot. Dude, how many times I died here at the beginning?
I started dying more at the end. I was doing fantastic in the beginning.
Well, we had that, all that run with a slow motion course, and, like, we had to be super...
That was really fucking fun.
That was brutal.
Brutal yet fun.
It was. Both, actually.
And Andrew didn't play the sea missions.
I didn't. This isn't the sea mission, though.
The slow-mo one is.
The slow-mo one was sea mission. I think I still feel the same way about the sea missions after
Hey,
McGruber.
about that, man.
That awful one where we're stuck in the cage.
That one was so bad.
Dude, we spent about like 5 minutes just bombing each other.
Just fucking digging holes.
Fell off the edge here again. We were planning on get back to the podcast. We were planning on the podcast, but I went with gaming first because we weren't ready for the podcast. And then what was it? Yeah, I actually I didn't want to do gaming at first, but Gunner, our friend Gunner, which helped us tonight a lot with research on the NFL topic.
Yeah, shout out to Gunner.
Shout out to Gunner. You might hear 1 or 2, 3 of those. I will actually link his channel in the description, his gaming channel. He was the one that started it. He's got some Overwatch tutorials and Pokemon gameplay, all sorts of that. So, shout out to Gunner's channel. I actually really enjoyed recording this Broforce series.
Yeah, it was fun.
I want to finish it.
It's a shame that I'm going to die in like 3 hours.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Dying.
Dying, how so?
I forgot to tell you. Oh shit.
I love the extreme yelling in
I
this.
actually got fucked so hard by a horse.
What the fuck? Oh my god. You're all about cock tonight, aren't you?
What can I say?
Fuck yeah, you hear that? Dude, there's a lot of patriotism and excessive yelling.
Oh yeah, another thing. We're gonna record another Broforce episode tonight.
Fuck yes, dude. More. Well, I've got like a stockpile. Like we've got like 8 episodes still that I haven't posted yet. So I'm like set on Broforce. Be like it's so much fun to sit there and fucking play Broforce. Like we played for like 3 hours straight.
That was a lot of footage.
You haven't posted anything on your channel yet, but you were just talking about doing so.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody follows the links in the description, but you're like in there and you have no videos.
Fuck 'em.
This guy started a YouTube channel with somebody else. What was it? When was it? You started one with Marcus? Yes, Positive Vibes. Yeah. They got a copyright strike first episode.
On their first video, because Marcus didn't turn his fucking radio off.
Oh, God.
I said, we need to turn the radio off. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Why'd we get a copyright strike then?
Cambrodium. The terameter up there, which I have no idea what it means. It seems to, like,
no one knows what it means.
Fluctuate.
If it means anything else.
A nice Whopper to bite into, I said. Like, dude, you just got, like, super jacked on this game. Like, I'm gonna take a shot of, steroids and just fucking work out for hours before I play more Broforce tonight. Got Kill Bill, which I've never seen. I haven't seen half of these movies, probably more so than that. I haven't seen James Bond either, believe it or not. Is that bad?
Seen James Bond?
No. I've only seen half the Star Wars, not even that. Never seen Indiana Jones.
I've never seen Indiana Jones either.
I feel like then you're with me on the...
shitty movies.
Damn.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Democracy. Somebody's gonna have your ass for that. Pierce will probably have your ass for that.
Dude, anyone can have this ass. Ask my girlfriend.
Oh my god. So this is the last episode Christian will have his girlfriend for.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke, by the way.
I know. I hope she shares your sense of humor.
No,
Um,
no, no. I don't think she does. From what I remember, no.
oh, um, let me have your character. Channel plans for me. I think I'm gonna start posting Wednesday and Sundays. I think I wanna. We've got. We're talking about Don't Starve eventually. We can't get enough of that game lately. Fuck,
Yeah,
we're like
game's really
128.
tight, dog.
And like we stayed up till like 2 in the fucking morning on a school night. But it's. I mean, don't starve, man. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I think I would.
Don't
I'd
need
pro.
school
We haven't learned anything. We'd do it again. Probably will do it again in the course of like the next week or two.
in the next 4 hours, yeah.
We got areas to liberate and stomachs to feed.
Yeah,
A little bit of both.
mainly stomachs to feed.
Um, you've played BioShock, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
There could be some of that coming to my channel. I've never played BioShock.
Played all of them. Beat all of them.
Are they? Well, I assume they're good then.
They're really good.
Oh, you're still alive down there. Like, I don't know how many times I fell for jumping down into like a pit, even though like the camera angle does not change like vertically, and I'd always jump down there. Always. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, as the episodes go out, I'll jump down in the hole, and you'll be like the only one that respawn most of the time. Oh, I got some Battlefront banter, a little series where I kind of almost do like a solo podcast coming out. Maybe. Um, let's see. Oh, um, you see like Battlefront 2 coming out?
Yeah.
You were never a Battlefront guy, were you?
I was on board, but it was very disappointing.
Dude, I love Battlefront. I'll play that one for like
It was
hours on
extremely disappointing for me, but that's because I played, what's it called?
the original on PS2.
Battlefront 2, yeah.
Dude, I love
Isn't it
that one
Battlefront
too.
2?
The
That one's
battling
so
on the ships and shit on there was my favorite aspect of that game. So yeah, I could get some of that going on Battlefront. I actually played the Battlefront beta for the second one, and it was so fucking good. You might even like
the
it.
one thing I heard about it that people aren't liking is the loot crates and shit like that.
Yeah, that kind of, I can see how that. I didn't like how they don't display your deaths currently, like on the scores. And it's like, I always look at my deaths. It's just something I do when I play a game like that.
Yeah.
There were these times in this video, this Broforce video, where we just like we'll be dying throughout the entire thing, embarrassing deaths. And then like there's these one times where one of us just go in super parkour. And like, it's like, where did that come from? Holy cock, he says.
I said that.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I wasn't present on the ladder of the helicopter for half the time. Either that or you got left behind. It was either me getting left behind or I was just dead.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh god. I got crushed by a box. Very anticlimactic. Yeah, who is that eye patch guy?
Yeah, patch. I don't know.
There's a lot of screaming, man. You almost killed me with the propane tank. Yeah, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll continue being Rambo. You were Blade. I think he's like a vampire slayer.
He's something.
Dude, I love how, like, in almost all the videos, you have 3 lives, and I'm sitting there with 1 life.
Yeah,
You,
I figured that'd be funny to see when you're editing.
yeah, it was. You died 2 times in one spot. There goes the devil, which we've punched like millions of times now. Kicked his ass. We'll kick his ass some more. The Broforce episodes actually get better as they go on, actually, and I love the each of the episodes. I got the previously on Broforce thing going on.
Previously, dude, on the first episode, you should have put previously on Broforce and just a black screen.
It's too late now. That's kind of funny. It's just nothing.
For 4 minutes straight.
Just like a recording of us, just be like, "Hey, you want to play some Broforce?" Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Love to. Ah, damn it, my game crashed. Don't worry, I'll join you in a second.
Yeah, we didn't get all of these because our game crashed towards the end. Like I think it was when you started freaking out in the dirt or whatever, like all over the map.
Yeah, that's when we stopped.
Yeah, that was when we were doing like crazy good too, and we were sitting there parkouring, jumping over every obstacle, but we didn't get it recorded because it crashed. Like it's like, are you kidding me, dude? It was like we were like going crazy good too. Like it was unbelievable. Like we'd been playing this game for hours.
It's like I knew what I was doing. Right?
Yeah, it was like we were. And then I kept getting the Chuck Norris with the grenade launcher, and like you could not shoot an enemy at a range. You had to like. It was just awful for me. Well, that's the end of our first segment here. Something new. We were commentating over the video just to show you a little bit of the other one. We promise we won't we won't try to over advertise our other channels or anything. But
as in that, he means go subscribe to.
Yeah, go and Inferno Zone Games. The Broforce is on Inferno Zone Games right now. For now,
nothing is on Max and Sanicus right now.
Yeah, we'll work on that then.
Who knows?
Yeah, okay, then we might not. But either way, if you like this, you might like that if you're into gaming. They're semi-short videos, 10, 14 minutes, nothing like this, 30 minutes. Which, if you're watching the show, that's all you have to log, and we thank you for that. We applaud you. So,
if you're straight, you know you might like it. If you're not straight, who knows, you might like it.
That'll do for our first segment. This is the Moist and Meaty Show. He's moist.
And he's meaty, baby.
And today we have a topic that has been talked about for the past like few weeks, months. Goes back to 2016. We got the NFL situation. We at least wanted to talk about it once. Considering last week we did something not serious at all, but musically. This time we went with NFL, something that's been being talked about. We're going to give our opinion on it. First, we're going to go over the facts, which we've got pulling up here. Get my sources all up. So, first up, we have, well, it all started in 2016, I guess the last season. We had Colin Kaepernick, who, I can't believe you didn't hear anything about that when it came out, because it was pretty hot and heavy. Sat down during the national anthem. He's quarterback for San Francisco 49ers. You don't remember that at all?
No, I remember
when it came out. Oh, okay.
It's just, that was the first time I've ever heard of that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
It was that big of a deal.
His quote is, this is his quote: "I'm not going to stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color." He goes on to go, "To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the streets with people getting paid leave with getting away with murder." For the most part, I'm going to try to save my opinion towards the end. I want to get some of these facts out here. Over time, and especially recently, players have been kneeling during the anthem to show support of Kaepernick's decision, and so oppression of blacks in America. There's two that sat, Marshawn Lynch and Doug Baldwin. No player has been punished recently. Nothing severe. I don't think anybody's been punished. Here's a quote from Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. If there's anything that is disrespectful to the flag, we will not play. Trump actually acknowledged him on his quote. I got here. A big salute to Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who will bench players who disrespect our flag. Stand for the anthem or sit the game. So Trump also acknowledged Villanueva. I think that is how you pronounce him. I knew I was going to butcher that.
It's fine.
In the past interviews, Villanueva has expressed solidarity and with the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick's sideline protest over racism towards African Americans, but he has also previously questioned whether Kaepernick's approach inadvertently suggested a lack of appreciation for service members whose sacrifices have made such protests possible. He goes on to say, I was one of the first ones who took offense with Colin Kaepernick took a knee. He actually served in the service, so there's a little story there for that. Which I appreciation for this guy. I absolutely agree with him. However, let's go on. So, here's something. Trump is going on to say this. Our great American flag or country and should stand for the national anthem. If not, you're fired. Find something else to do. So, like, I guess right here we can give our opinion, right? Look, I'm not gonna lie, recently in all these social matters, this aggressive bullshit in America, I found myself to be more of a Trump supporter. I don't agree with everything he says. And I can agree with people on the fact that sometimes he speaks a little too much, and some things he should maybe play the quiet card. However, I have mad respect for President Trump, as I agree with him on a good amount of some of the things he says about, especially our social issues. So here we have NFL's guidelines, so what they say about sitting down. The national anthem, according to the NFL spokesperson, the national anthem must be played prior to every NFL game, and all players must be on the sideline for the national anthem. During the national anthem, players on the field and bench area should stand at attention, face the flag, hold helmets in their left hand, and refrain from talking. The home team should ensure that American flag is in good condition. It should be pointed out to the players and coaches that we continue to be judged by public in this area of respect for the flag and our country. This is where it gets important. Failure to be on the field by the start of the national anthem may result in discipline, such as fines, suspensions, and/or forfeiture of draft choices, or violations of the above, including first offenses. Okay, so this article here goes on to say it's important to note the use of the word may here. The NFL is not considering punishing fines on players or teams who choose to kneel or stay in the locker room during the national anthem, the spokesperson says. So I guess they say they may be punished, but there's nothing that really is putting emphasis on them actually getting punished.
Yeah.
Which, let's see here, because there's a hot chance here that the NFL has been talking about, or the NFL might change their guidelines to make it a little bit more strict, because they've kind of they're under the fire right now with sales, obviously.
Yeah.
NFL owners to consider rule requiring players to stand for national anthem. NFL owners will reportedly consider a rule change that would require players to stand during the national anthem, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. The discussions around the rule would come next week when the owners meet in New York City. So we have the NFL has been damaged, so we'll get to that here. NFL's brand clearly damaged over an anthem slap, says CEO of world's #2 ad agency. So there's that, and then you have a lot of fans here that are pissed off. There's been and this is, the sales have been dropping for the NFL, and if you haven't seen it, there's a lot of viral videos going around on YouTube where people are burning their merchandise of NFL, their NFL merchandise. So people are not standing with this. So with that said, what is your opinion on all of this?
I think they just should stand out of respect. I mean, what are they doing? Taking a knee, right?
Taking a knee. Some of them are sitting down, but yeah, taking a knee.
Listen,
Either
if you
or,
want
I
to
find it
fucking fight
disrespectful.
for the rights of people that are being killed in the street, go ahead, go out there and do it. You're not gonna do it by fucking taking a knee on the football field.
I can get behind that. And if you ask me, I'm a little mixed on some of these things because I'm seeing a lot of points, and I do understand, and I respect their right to sit out against something, something as even the flag. I do disagree with it completely. I disagree with their reason, and I disagree with sitting at something like this. I find it very disrespectful, and at the same time, you should respect the flag because people are dying to defend your rights.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the same time, you have to remember that they're dying for their right to sit out against the flag, because if you limit freedom of speech anywhere, you limit it everywhere. And that's my personal belief on the issue. However, with NFL, the NFL is going to be on their throats, obviously, because sales have completely dropped. And the NFL as an organization and them worrying about money, of course they're going to take actions. And there, being educated on it a little bit more here now, I wouldn't be really angry that the NFL had taken measures to make them stand, because I respect their right to protest, but the NFL has to look out for their organization, you know what I mean? And the ironic thing here is, this is what I find funny. Their reason to sit out on the flag is for the oppression of blacks and police brutality. However, you have to realize, exactly, we've come so far. The fact that we have a big majority of the NFL are black. Listen,
You would think if it was that big of a problem, the majority of teams would be sitting for it or taking a knee for it, but it's not even a problem at all. It's a fake problem.
It's these social matters they claim that are here is there would be no blacks on the field. We've come so far that I just find it funny and ironic that people who are making a lot more money than a lot of white people, me included,
Me included as well.
yeah, there's a lot of rappers, celebrities, even CEOs that I can name countless that are making a lot more money than I could probably ever dream of in my lifetime. Like, I don't understand how you can have blacks and swimming in millions of dollars cry for oppression. And the police brutality thing, I feel like I find it funny that so many people are misguided and misinformed, that there are even articles out there that claim that police are more like, with body cams, with the body cams coming out, police are more likely to be nice to black people, as I feel they're afraid that they're going to be
they're
faced
gonna
with
get called
stereotypes.
racist if
And
you.
right,
Mhm.
so I just find it
Like,
really funny.
I don't remember exactly, don't quote me on this. There was this guy, it was a black man, and he started like fighting the police, and they didn't shoot him because they were scared that they were gonna be called racist if they
Which
shot him.
I find that
Which is stupid. You
ridiculous.
shouldn't be scared to do something like that if you have to do it.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. I don't. It's not. Their definition of police brutality is killing a criminal. That is, a lot of these times you can see that these people have guns in their hands, and it's so misguided. And you have these regressive movements that are just telling you otherwise. And I mean, this isn't really the point of we're trying to make with the NFL thing. This is kind of a little bit off of what we think of why they're sitting down. And I guarantee we'll eventually cross these subjects, Black Lives Matter, and I just find it very ridiculous to say. And you have people. One of the sources in the YouTube in the description down there is going to be a YouTuber called Some Black Guy that crosses that talks about some of these examples, and he's an advocate of being against a lot of these things that Black Lives Matter and these other regressive groups claim that they're doing, but they're really just moving us back. And it's very ironic to me. And you have things like, at the same time, you'll find that I've like I mentioned, I support Trump on a lot of things. I don't necessarily support him on this. I think for the most part, it's safe to say that he should probably stay out of it. This is one of those things he should just maybe be quiet about. And look, with all respect for Trump, I just with my views, I just think this is one of those things I can't agree with him on. As I'm looking at the NFL, I think obviously they're going to punish their players, and probably rightfully so maybe. I mean, I still stand with their freedom. It's just, and even more so, I stand with the thousands of fans who choose to burn their merchandise and quit with NFL. That is, that's their freedom of speech. That's them demonstrating it, and the NFL is ultimately getting hurt by it.
Yeah, it's hurting business for them if they're losing a ton of fans just because a couple of guys want to take a knee during the national anthem. What's it?
It is very disrespectful. So yeah, it sparked it sparked some conversations. I guess it's ultimately their goal. I don't.
Trump should stay out of it. It's not really his choice either way. It's the NFL's choice what they do with their players.
I mean, I don't really blame him in the fact that he's commented out and shouted out that it's disrespectful, because ultimately it is, and it's
it is.
And he's our president, so like, I can expect that. And a lot of these people are sitting because of Trump and his comments towards Kaepernick. It's just the rest of it I don't understand where.
It's a bit unprofessional.
It is. Not to say that he's not right about some of it, which I don't believe he's right in the fact that he should say all these players should get fired.
Yeah.
It's their freedom of speech. I don't agree with them, and I don't even like them as people, but it's their freedom of speech. So that's gonna do that for our main topic here. Big shout out to Gunner. Thank you, Gunner, for supplying us with a lot of these sources and a lot of the information we needed to do the show tonight. A lot of the information came from Gunner Pure Awesome, which his gaming channel is linked in the description, as I mentioned earlier. Gunner's really getting a shout out tonight here. It wasn't really even intended to get 2 in one episode but he gave us the information in the YouTube thing, and I kind of owed it to him. So this is the Moist and Meaty Show.
For our final segment, we've got a segment called Show and Tell. It's where we mention a topic, we give a memory or a piece of information reflecting that. So, Andrew will give us our first topic here.
So the first one we got here is near death. So I'll let you You take it away first. What, if you've got a memory or a piece reflecting that.
Alright, so when I was younger, I was like maybe 4 or 5. We were walking down this trail, and it was weird because to the right of me, if you were to step a bit far off, it was like a straight drop down into water. I don't remember much, but this is the closest I made it to death ever. I was
Dude,
doing something
like,
as
you're
a
like on
little
like
kid.
somewhat of a cliffside.
Yeah,
I can just imagine that in the news. Kid falls
and
hundreds of feet.
my cousin did something, like set something on my shoulder, I think, and I like bounced back,
Jesus
and I
Christ.
like started to fucking lean back off the cliff. My dad just sweeped in there, picked me up, grabbed me by my shirt.
Dude, holy fuck.
Dude, it was funny because it's like it was just a normal day for him. It's like, alright, just gotta grab my kid. It's
Grab my
close
kid
to
from
death.
2100. I can see it in the papers. I mean, who reads
Dude,
the papers anymore? I can see it on the news
I didn't even
channel.
know I was like close to dying until,
Helicopters flying.
I went back to that place.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. Mine, mine was sometime like middle school or my freshman year, and dude, I was not thinking at all. This is pretty funny. I don't know that I would die because I just don't know much voltage toaster packs, and you can see where this is going. I had 2 pieces of toast in the toaster, and they weren't coming out. Like, I shook it the whole 9 yards. I stuck a metal fork, not thinking, in there to get the piece of toast, and I'm rubbing the side of the
Oh my
toast and
God.
everything, and it didn't touch the sides. And luckily it didn't touch the sides because I pulled it out, not being able to get the toast or something. And I thought to myself, I said, "What the fuck did I just do?"
Oh my god.
I just never I was brainlessly working into that. I'd be like, this is why certain products get banned because of idiots like me who can't contain themselves from just
That's
using
what I was
common
gonna say.
sense.
It's like,
I
you
don't know what I
always
was
say
thinking.
that. Like, what fucking retard would put this in their mouth? And then you're like, then you do something that's fucking stupid as hell, and you're like, oh, for
Well,
people like
somebody
you
was
that
talking
do
about
this
that they
stupid shit.
did something like that too, so I'm not the only one. I don't I really was not thinking. I just kind of gotta get this piece of toast out. Metal fork.
Actually,
So
I've almost died one other time.
okay.
This one's a bit more serious, not funny.
Wait a minute. That other one was not serious.
No, that one's funny to me.
Okay.
But, alright, I got up out of bed. I stood there for a second, I walked to my door. I put my hand on my door handle and blacked out and flew back and fucking hit my head on my dresser.
Jesus. Ugh.
And my mom came in the room, she was like, Christian, are you alright? I said, what's up, Mom? Dude, I didn't even remember fucking blacking out. That was weird.
Alright. Is that the last near-death ones you had?
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be some
Oh,
way
kids,
just-
don't do drugs. Don't snort.
Don't put a fork on a toaster.
I don't even know. I was gonna have a joke about snorting something.
Don't
but
put
I can't
anything
even
metal in a toaster.
That's just retarded. I knew that when I was
It
like...
is. It is retarded. Well, I
Since
wasn't
I can
thinking
remember.
about it. There was no thoughts in that. Anyway.
Was that toast worth it?
Nah, not really. It's kind of burnt if I remember right. No piece of toast is really worth it. But if I were doing Pop-Tart with some butter on it, maybe. Anyway, our next topic is childhood toys. I got one. I'll start this one. You remember those little pocket devices? They're 2 or 3 buttons called Tamagotchis.
Yeah, I remember that.
You fed your little pet with whatever it may be, and he'll poop, and he evolves over the course of days. So you'd get on it every few hours, make sure he's fed, clean up his shit, play with him a little bit. Dude, I love the shit out of those Tamagotchis. I'd play that for my only thing with it was that I couldn't feed him enough or play with him enough. He had to sleep, and I was like, ah. Did you know those Tamagotchis were cool as shit? I'd like to get one. just for the hell.
I never owned one of those as a child.
Really? I've had a few of those in the course of time. My sister had one too. What have you got? Childhood toys?
I had dangerous shit. I had like BB guns. I had a katana that was in my room.
Like a full katana?
Full katana.
That's pretty cool. Hopefully you don't.
I never touched it because like my parents were like, "Don't touch this. It's just there for show."
But it's in your room.
Why the fuck's it in my room? But yeah, I had a BB gun. I remember shooting birds and shit with it.
That's
because I was a dickhead when I was younger.
I think every kid is like
no, like I'd go on a fucking spree of shooting birds.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, there's that bitch up there in that tree."
Animal lovers look like.
I also had a bow and arrow that I would just point in the air and shoot.
Dude, that's kind of cool as shit. I wish I had some of those. Now I'm kind of regretting stupid little Tamagotchi. Stupid Tamagotchi. I'd rather kill some birds. Oh, here's one. This one
was fun.
Yeah, this one more recent. Favorite bands of right now. If you have
probably Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys? I didn't know. I honestly,
Stone Temple
I didn't
Pilots.
even know much of Stone Temple Pilots. I don't really know much of them, but I know Creep, which is probably everybody.
Yeah, that's what I love that song.
Yeah, that song is good. My favorite band of all time. Some people might be shocked. It's kind of heavy. Avenged Sevenfold, dude. It's like 4 years in running. I've like been rolling with that, and then you got some of those other good rock bands like Alter Bridge, and used to be Linkin Park for me, and then their new watered down music. Yeah. Some of those are good to me. Metallica, can love Metallica. Black Sabbath a little bit. I actually, when I don't listen to rock, I don't know how many people know this about me, but I go on doo-wop streaks where I just listen to 60s doo-wop, 50s doo-wop.
Are you serious?
Yes, I do, dude.
I listen to ska every once in a while. I'm not even joking.
Last night I was trying to do this acapella thing with some friends of mine. Did you and I think we've talked about this before, maybe. Along with podcasts, like acapella group is yes, on my bucket list. You have to have your leather jacket on, like go door to door. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah.
Bo, 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 bo.
Yeah, dude, I love doo-wop.
That would be so fun.
Like, yeah, man, you don't have to, just because you don't listen to hip hop doesn't mean you don't listen to black music. The Temptations and the Drifters, that's where it's at.
Oh my god.
Seriously, like you would probably not like that about me, but dude, I'll snap and everything, like I'm snapping over here. Our last topic is favorite childhood cereal. I think yours is Rice Krispies, isn't it?
Yeah, Rice Krispies,
Boo.
No sugar.
No
That's
sugar?
totally
Are you
cool.
kidding
That's
me?
how cool you knew I was.
What kind of kid
like,
eats
that's
Rice
how
Krispies?
badass you knew I was. Like,
What kind
no
of
sugar?
kid eats Rice Krispies without sugar? What kind of kid eats Rice Krispies in general? Dude, whenever... not including Rice Krispie treats.
No, I ate those two all the time, actually.
Dude,
more than I should have.
Whenever those were made, I'd devour the whole pan.
Yeah, that's what I do now still.
You wanna know what my favorite cereal was as a kid?
What?
Half of Lucky Charms. Just the marshmallows. I'd pick through the entire box, like spending an hour or two, and I just pick out like in a bowl full of marshmallows. I got in trouble every time I did it, but you wouldn't believe it was worth it to me. And then all you're left with is nasty round shit without sugar.
I hated sugar.
But you like that kind of stuff anyway.
Like, I fucking hated sugar. I remember this one time, I think it was my grandmother, she brought me some Rice Krispie treats and an apple, and I took the apple.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a stupid move on my part, right?
Rice Krispies, dude. Rice Krispies.
Really stupid on my part.
I'll tell you what, next time we get together and we're eating some Lucky Charms, I'll give you the nasty brown shit. You don't have to put any sugar on it.
Yeah, I'll give you the
Absolutely.
nasty ass marshmallows.
How can you say that? Dude,
I
those
hate
things.
sweet stuff.
Do you really?
I do not eat sugar
I'm
at
not a
all.
big fan of a lot of the sweet stuff. Like, I don't like cake.
I don't drink pop
Cake is nasty
heartily,
to me.
like every once in a while.
I don't. Yeah,
Cake without
I don't
frosting,
drink
I
pop
will
either.
fuck with.
That's kind of like a healthy option. I'm trying to be for me.
Like
Every
pop
once in a while,
is-
I'll have a cup or two, but that's every once in a while.
What's your favorite pop when you do have pop?
Um, Probably like cream soda.
I'm a
Dude, that
Coca-Cola
shit's
guy.
fucking best. Yeah. It's just like really bland.
Or
to me.
Verner's.
It's all bland to me. Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like flavor,
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
ginger ale and shit.
You just like things without flavor.
Dude, I don't fuck with sugar at all, period. Like Rice Krispies and sometimes pop.
That's probably better off that way, though. If we're
No,
being
it
honest.
is. Trust me.
Flavor-wise, no. You're wrong about that.
No,
Like,
absolutely. Are you serious? Well,
what
I mean,
about,
I
like,
don't like the taste of sweet things.
ice
So.
cream like sundaes?
No, I fucking hate ice cream.
I can handle ice cream at times, but cake I cannot have. I hate cake.
It's all too sweet. I don't like chocolate.
Sometimes I'll have cake, but
I like
don't really
dark
like
chocolate.
yeah. I thought you were into all that dark chocolate.
Yeah, I love my chocolate like I like my women. Dark.
Is your girlfriend dark?
She's light skinned.
Well, you better hope she takes on for that one. Otherwise, you're out of a girlfriend
It was a
after this
joke.
episode.
I do
You
like
could be
dark
out of a
chocolate,
girlfriend
though.
out of this episode.
Like my women. I
Well, that's
stand by
gonna-
what I said.
That's gonna have to do it for us this episode. He's moist,
And he's meaty.
and we did the NFL controversy.
We're moving closer to the world.